Hey guys, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell to be updated every time I make a new video. Thanks, let's begin. Made back in a time where sharks were not the driving force of the shark movie. Deadly Jaws. Oh yeah, Deadly Jaws. It's also known as No Gold for a Dead Diver. This is the 1974 pre-Jaws adventure classic that was directed by Harold Reinel and based off a novel, Ein Toter Taucher Nimit King Gold, by Heinz G. Kohn-Salek. That's a mouthful and a half, man. The plot. Renee Chagrin, played by Marius Weyers from Deep Star 6, and Sexy Pascal, played by Sandra Parinsolo, that are looking for a map that leads to the treasure. After some lethal interrogation from Chagrin to a historian, a friendly trio discovers the map hidden behind a painting. Clever Chagrin takes this opportunity to have Pascal trick them into being guided out to sea by the Deadly Duo. Not the Deadly Jaws, the Deadly Duo. They find the treasure hotspot rather quickly, but greed can change more than 5 people. Now an army of treasure hunters is after their gold, and our main characters must risk everything they have to save it. This is actually one hell of a movie despite some slow parts. It gets going right away and rarely ever slows down. Even if there are only like 3 or 4 scenes with sharks, and no one even dies by their deadly jaws, it is still intriguing and entertaining enough to work. At least I think so. I'm a sucker for shark treasure hunting movies, whatever you want to call it. Before we get further into this review, I want to make a hat choice for Shark Week 2 Legacy. Let me take that one off. Let's see here. We got last year's Cape Cod shark hat, which was a nice, fun hat to wear, but I don't feel like wearing that one this year. How about the American White Shark Conservation, I think it's called? Let's see. Yeah, this hat. I got it at a shark museum. That'll do. With an overwhelming amount of sleazy cheesiness, this is up there with Sharks' Treasure. For sure. I think it's okay. It's not really great, neither Sharks' Treasure, but there are some angles to it I like. My favorite's probably The Shark Hunter with Franco Nero, which will be reviewed later. But this is a lot of fun too. Deadly Jaws is more like The Shark Hunter, but 5 years older, and with way less shark carnage. Like 100% less. There's also the main baddie, Dom Pedro, who's just a one-dimensional villain. Something interesting about the actors, Percy Schaeff, or Seif, who played Pedro, and Hans Haas Jr., who played one of the friendly trio, whose name is Peter Dames. The interesting thing I'm trying to get at here is that both actors actually died a little over a week of each other back in 2009. That's weird. On a lighter note, Marius Weyers and Sandra Parinsolo actually played in several movies together. One thing I don't really care for about these kind of movies, because it is distasteful, is that they use real-life dead sharks. Well, they're not real life, but they were real life at one point. They most likely either killed or bought them. Took out their jaws so they couldn't harm the actors. Not so deadly now, huh? And used them for the film. If you couldn't tell by now, this is a story of greed. All the characters turn on Chagrin, but he always has a plan up his sleeve. It mostly involved begging to stay for one more day, but you know, plan's a plan. I love how in one scene, Chagrin's master plan is to tell one of his opponents to stay right where they are and that he'll be right back. And then he goes to retrieve a weapon, and the other guy's like, yeah, sure, I'll wait here. Like, what?
We stay, Father.
Something you'll notice about Peter is that he is always getting injured. It's about as baffling as the punches with no impact sound effects added to them.
Is that the way you treat a lady? In my house?
Too hot.
yeah, that happens too. But hey man, it's all about the sleaze. There's some great scenery here, not only in nature, but Sandra Prinsloo as well. The underwater camera work is okay. There's like a funnel they have over the camera, so you can totally see it while they're filming it. It's really distracting. Old school camera effects for an underwater camera. The 70s, man. Speaking of the effects, the gore, the effects, there's some blood, but not much though. An already dead shark is stabbed, and there's some bullet hits with very minor blood. Lackluster special effects are in this movie, very lackluster, and that's a damn shame. There's also a fight with a supposedly giant octopus. However, it is quite weak, and the octopus doesn't seem like it actually posed that much of a threat. The motion picture soundtrack. If you thought the movie overall was sleazy, just listen to the music. It's nothing all too great, but it could have been a lot worse. 1974 was a good year for films. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, It's Alive, Black Christmas, amongst others. However, there were stinkers like Deadly Jaws. With decent pacing, fun, funny characters, some action and sleaze, I can see the casual viewer turning this off. I dug it, but I'm into grindhouse movies. Not the best. I remember this being a lot better than it actually was, until I got into my notes some more, and I'm like, yeah, there's a lot of problems with this movie. Overall, I give Deadly Jaws a 1.5 out of 5. You can tell they were trying to get their stride with these shark/treasure movies, but they did what they could. Thank you all for watching, and I'm Brian Gatto, the horror show host. Make sure to like, comment on, as well as share this video. Like my Facebook fan page and support me on Patreon, or even $1 a month will help keep this channel going on strong, and I'd greatly appreciate it. Plus, you get access to body counts and other music videos that you cannot get on YouTube because of copyright and age restriction and monetary support. If you want to support the channel through PayPal, just send money to horrorshow37@gmail.com. If you don't want to support me with any money, you can just hit the notification bell to show your support to me and also to be notified every time I make a new video. And as always, subscribe.